Okay, we're live, everybody. It's Tuesday. It's not Monday, so it's not the K-Pro Cow Powwow. It's Tuesday. What are we calling today, K-Pro?
Tuesday. I don't know. I got nothing for you. I'm sorry.
Just Tuesday. Okay.
Tuesday.
Going on here. All right. So I don't think we even have a PowerPoint. I'm not even sure why we went live. Huh?
I'll wait until he actually puts his.
What was
So
that?
I'm not sure if you were on the show from 2 weeks ago. We made it clear that I wasn't doing extravagant PowerPoints anymore. I am just giving some tidbits of information like most of the other people. And last week we had kind of a content light show. Nobody had questions. So I was like, okay, I have a couple things that have come in since then. Other than that, yeah. I mean, it's winding down, but there's some things that come in, I think, and I'll talk about that. Feels like Monday. Yeah, it feels like Monday. Because it was a holiday. It was a weird thing.
Kind of Monday. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Kind of Monday.
I got a hair situation, so I had to put this hat on. All right. Actually, Packer Jack sent me a PowerPoint. Sorry, Jack. I even sent it to K-Pro, so I'll let you look at it after. Right? We'll talk about it next time.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get it.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. I just woke up. Okay. So chase is over and there's nothing to talk about, huh?
Oh, I think the chase has been over for 2 years. I think there's some stuff to talk about.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Well, you said court update. What is that? What is
okay. So, if you guys have been watching the docket database, that basically every time there's a motion or anything that comes in, it will. This could be the best episode of the Copper Factory that I've ever seen. I get it. It's Tuesday. So here's what's happening with court. Like everyone's like, is it over? Is it not over? What's going on? So I'll give you a couple of things. And again, I didn't put a PowerPoint with screenshots. You're just going to have to trust me or go find it yourself. So if you go up on the New Mexico court database and you find the court hearing. So what's happened since then? So if you remember, trial is over. The judge gave Carl and the Forrest estate side 10 days to put in their final. This is what we presented. It's an update to one of the documents and their final bill. Jamie had 10 days to put his final finding of facts and conclusions of law. That's the name of the document. And then from whenever Carl got his last bill in for the estate, Jamie has 3 days to respond if he has any issues with it. So right at the point of June 1st, which the hearing was in the middle of June, the bill was about $33,000, but that did not include all the prep and then the actual hearing with the team that came in and just did an awesome job. My guess is going to be over 50. I think it's going to be about double for that month. My guess would be 60, 65, 70. I don't know, somewhere around there. Plus, that's whatever the legal fees were. But then you also have the punitive damages. So that is the only case the judge is hearing at this point. The other had been thrown out. So since then, I think it was only 2 or 3 days. By that Monday, Carl had his information in, and it shows up in the system that he put in his conclusion of finding a fact and then his final bill. I don't think Jamie has put his in. No, Jamie's put his in. I'm sorry. Yes, Jamie has put his in. And it's been 3 days, so there hasn't been any rebuttal to the bill. So now it is with the judge to make the final determination. Why does anyone care what the legal fees are? Why does anybody care where I live? I mean, we're all crazy. I don't know. I'm just saying these are the questions that came in. It's interesting because I know there's a couple more people that are saying that they're getting ready to file litigation against the Fenn family. I think this is a really good determining factor. I mean, I guess if you're already off and you're going to sue, but Erskine he's already had his account seized, and I mean it's informational. I don't know. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm just putting it out there. So right now there was also a request for the video or CD of the court hearing, and the court did respond to that request. It was a searcher that requested it. And they responded that there is a transcript only. There is no audio or Zoom or video recording of the trial. So
some live audio.
Why don't you go tell your mom to shut up?
From the trial. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. But
okay. Well, that's one of the things that I got questioned about. So
it's
that's
acceptable. I'll allow it.
Thank you. Okay, so the next thing is I had a couple of people that said one of the best reasons that we come to your show is not because we like you or Mike, is that you actually go and get information and you kind of do rather than just talk about others' information.
I thought you were going to say the soundboard.
Your mom goes to college.
That's not what it was. All right, go ahead.
So some people have asked me, hey, I'm willing to pick up the baton and start doing either FOIAs, records requests, etc. What would you say is the most, what would you be doing if you were still like fully investing hours and hours every week? Thank you. I know some people are here just to say hi to me and Mike, but some people are just like, hey, you had actual information rather than just talking. And I know I'm not knocking the other shows, but I'm just saying a lot of the shows just sit and talk about whatever we've put out. So they want to go and actually do. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I was going to say that's all you as far as the actual information.
Well, that's not the case in the other, like you're the one that contacted the Utah guys and you're the one who, keeps in contact.
On other treasure hunts. Sure. But as far as the chase, you're the one putting the PowerPoints together and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So I will tell you the couple of things that I would say that would be a good part to actually look at. So the first is, hold on. I got to save some. Okay. So the first would be, I've put in a FOIA for general information with the Sarah Davis conversation. I would get creative if you really want to know, did the meeting take place? What does that look like? That would be something. And also the woman, I think her last name was Bell. That would be somebody else that I would be doing a records request just to see if there's any additional information. The notion that Sarah Davis would be putting out the GPS coordinates is preposterous. It's not, that's the whole reason they did the intervention, is not to put that out. So there's no way if you do a FOIA request that is going to come out. So I would just put that in your mind. So you have to be creative with the rest. Maybe it's her schedule. Maybe it's the days that she put mileage on the truck. Where did she go? Something more creative there. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It's a piece of crap. It doesn't work.
That's what I think about the GPS numbers, but I meant the numbers in the poem. That's what I was talking about.
Okay. The other one that I think could be informational, if you guys would like to investigate more. Jason Dent did this years ago with the Playboy interview and asked the Playboy documentarian or person and said, can I have cutting room floor footage? And they said yes. And that interview, it was out there. It was awesome for everybody. There's a lot of those interviews that are out there. So that's just something to consider if you want to do that as well. I think the most impactful, and thank you to the searcher that went there for me, or us, the community, the Temple Library. I think Marvin's logs or Marvin's column in the that's at the Temple Library. I think that is where Jack got his tip off of confirming it was 9 Mile Hole. That's my opinion. So if you went to the Temple Library, there's a lot of microfiche though. You would have to go through it for hours. Someone did spend one full day there for me, and I just want to say thank you. But that's that. If you weren't at the trial, you can get the full file of the transcript. I think, again, that's interesting for those of you that were not at the trial. For me, I was at the trial, so that's not something, I don't know, it won't be as informational to me. Some people asked me if I would be willing to do the FOIA that I did for the raid, and I'm not. Forrest did ask me if I would wait until he passed, and I did. I actually think there's something interesting in there. I don't think it's going to be the chest or chase related. I personally think it's going to be DB Cooper related, but I digress because that is only a guess. But the process can be FOIA'd, guys, and I think that would be very interesting to be done.
You said DB Cooper?
Uh-huh.
I mean, there could. I guess it's not impossible, but all right.
So let me
Believe it
transition.
when I see it.
So I did get to spend some time outside the courtroom with Shiloh. I'm not going to go into any detail because I don't want to, except for I did ask again. I did ask about DB Cooper again because I said, you know, you were so vague this last time about DB Cooper, the last time we met, and you kind of didn't say exactly. I would like to know if there's a connection between DB Cooper and your grandpa. And his answer was vague, yet we went back and forth for a while. And he is making the assertion that there is a connection. And I kind of got serious there for a second, though it was a time to celebrate. This was, you know, the hearing was over. We were in a relaxed setting. I said, wait, you do know the search community. And you do know if you continue to put out statements like you just did to me about there being a connection, I'm just cautioning you on how it's going to be taken, and especially some we're not going to let go. I do have to tell you, DB Cooper is something that I'm super interested in, but I'm not going to continue to research. And Shiloh was very aware. He said, "I'm very aware." And I said, "And your position is," and he repeated it. And it was like, okay. I mean, if there's a connection, I mean, I don't want him to lie to me. It was odd to me that he was open to a second conversation about Forrest and DB. What do you think about that, Mike?
I wasn't listening, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Piglet, how come information you received on the FOIA on Jack's FOIA New Mexico video was wrong? Just curious. I don't know. The timing was different. They did say somebody had left, and so they were going off the best records that they had. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why something. I know there's a discrepancy. I don't know why there's a discrepancy. Let's just say it that way. Does that make sense? Mike's not even listening, so I'm kind of here by myself.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to understand what Packer Jack's talking about, but I get it now, I think. I thought he meant something else for a minute. Sorry. It's about an Eric Sloan cover.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know.
I know you're so not into the DB thing. Okay, if there was a connection between DB Cooper and Forrest, do you find that interesting? Is that something you would be interested in looking at?
Depends what the connection is. Sure, if there's an actual connection, but if it's something that's random and it just happens to be in both, you know, that's not really a connection. Depends what the connection is. It's just like Packer Jack. You could say he found a connection, but it, you know.
Oh, no. Shiloh was not saying, oh, he happened to be living at the same time. There is a connection between that. And I know the words that were said.
So to me, that sounds like maybe Forrest Fenn knew who DB Cooper was. Is that what you're hinting at without saying it?
Well, if I were to guess, let me see if I'll put it the right way. The DB Cooper money is something that Forrest would. I don't want to overstate what he said, and I don't have exact words. There was somebody else. There's actually several people there. I believe Forrest has the DB Cooper money. There, I said it.
But why or how? We don't know.
That's the part we want to investigate, and the things that Shiloh said makes me think we need to investigate. But
good for you and your father.
That was for Shiloh. Yeah, I don't know. I believe it when somebody proves it. I guess I'll put it that way.
Yeah, but why would I don't know why he would do that. Okay, wait. Still,
well, maybe he's yanking your zucchini. Did you ever think of that?
But why would he do that when he knows his family's? I hate the zucchini reference, but his family just got through. It was that evening, just got through the trial, and it's like, Shiloh, you know, I'm going to talk about it, and I tried to talk about it a couple weeks ago, and Alan was like, "Case is closed," and I'm like, "Okay, I don't need to talk about it." That's as much as I'll say, but it seems there's a connection there, and it just seems odd to me that there's statements by the family in that regard. And there was a lot of
Yeah.
discussion. I won't even get
don't
into it. If the FOIA you did the first time has a hint to it and Shiloh is entertaining this, then why wouldn't we look into it? Holly, I have no evidence at all that FOIA has anything in it about DB Cooper. I am fascinated about DB Cooper. And I know Forrest, once he's the one that dared me to get the FOIA. And then when he found out I was getting it, he was mad. So there's something in there that he obviously doesn't want others to see. I don't know what that is.
And Holy, that's not a zucchini. How dare you?
Capo, regarding the DB thing, could you imagine him risking death or jail without Peggy's knowledge? Ken, personal, this is nothing of evidence. We did not talk about who jumped out of the plane. We talked about where that money is. I believe, this is a guess, I believe that there was a connection. I believe that several of the old time early on searchers had discussions with him of who they thought it was. I did reach out to one of those searchers, and that person hasn't had a discussion of who they thought was the actual DB Cooper and the connection to Forrest. It's all hearsay, though. It's all, yeah, it's over. Yeah, it's over. I'm just saying that's the final little part.
So this is what Packer Jack is pointing out here.
Okay.
Quick, K-Pro, is that Star Wars or Star Trek?
Yoda, Star Wars.
Oh, I didn't even see him over there. All right, that's not what Packer Jack said. Hang on, but that is what popped up for some reason. Hang on. Okay, so apparently Eric Sloan had this book called A Reverence for Wood. You know that book, right, K-Pro?
I have that.
You heard of it?
You need to
Right.
pull it.
So
Yeah.
this was the cover, right?
Yeah.
And then Packer Jack is saying, but wait, that's the actual where we found the chest, and it looks the same. In other words, it was a tree that fell over.
Yeah, except for I do recall somebody sent me this picture.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is Forrest did not know that the blaze had been broken.
Or did he?
No, Jack said he didn't, and I don't believe he did.
But then the cover was changed to this. So the question is, why did they change the cover? Reverence for wood. So yeah, in 2004. The cover did not appear until 2004 in a reprinting of the book by Dover Publishing. So yeah, it's just one of those things. It makes you go, But it's just like the GPS. It's just like Try the Wheel. It's just like the anagrams, Matiti, Pitchfork, Relma Horn. It's so many things that people found. And guess what? None of them meant anything. So
yeah, but don't you think
just like DB Cooper.
Now, if I said to let me give you an example. Let's say I took that PowerPoint and I sat down with Shiloh. We're celebrating. It's like, it's such a joyous time. You know, the family is through some really challenging times. And I showed him that PowerPoint and he goes, there's something to that. Wouldn't you find that interesting?
I could, yeah. Well, Shiloh needs to come on the show then. Tell him. You can't just do that. And then, because I say,
I'm
All
sure
a lie.
that's what I say.
Sure, he's in here. If you want, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. A reverence for wood. Chris knows what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay. That's the DB Cooper piece. And
I mean, if there's more to it, then the family needs to release that. So what's going on? And I'm sure they'll let you know when they do, K-Pro. You know what I mean?
So what makes you think Forrest has the money if it wasn't the FOIA? Shiloh. And he didn't say, my grandfather has that money. He said some things that were really interesting.
Well, there you go. I don't know. Yeah, Chris says, tell Shiloh to just finish his book and we'll see how good of a writer he is.
He was clear. He's going to do that on his time and his way. Guys, he's like super successful running a business. He's got a lot of stuff to do, but he did talk about that, you know, the book, and there was details that I was surprised. It was pretty cool.
Live audio.
You need some milk.
Live audio with Shiloh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of all that. But I do know what to make of the incredible treasure hunt. The Incredible Hunt. $5 discount. Just look in the description. $60,000 up for grabs, everybody. $60,000.
Yeah, that's not tonight.
Oh, I just made it tonight.
Did Shiloh ask you not to share with us? No, he didn't. I just don't have the exact words. I do have to say I have them all in notes, but there's a lot more in notes. There's more emails that were presented in court. There's a lot more things. I'm just kind of, again, I'm not going to be that person. Hope I'm not ruining the surprise, but you're giving Mike Sitting Bull's peace pipe. Only he'll smoke.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
So there you go. There you have it. There it is. That's all I
There's
got.
my comment about Shiloh.
Goddamn white boy.
That's what I got to say.
Michael. Yeah, it was up and down. That was the craziest 3-4 days that I've ever been a part of. So it was interesting. So yeah. There you have it.
I hear you. We just don't want to let it go, do we? We just don't want it to end.
Well, no, I know that
a lot of people are like that, though.
For me, the 9 Mile Hole part is pretty wrapped up because of court for me. Mm-hmm. And then I'd love the 9 Clues. I'm not going to investigate that more at this point. And then all these little side tangents of, is there a second chest? I don't believe there's one. Do I believe there's a DB Cooper connection? I believe there's one. And that's all the ands. I can't keep my
who those people are, everybody. Well, Jackie Robinson.
Okay, so here's what I will say, and here's what I will commit to you. There was another person at this discussion. If that person is willing to compare what we heard, I don't want to put anything out that overstates. Kind of like right now. Oh, what about the money is in the FOIA? No, that's my opinion. That's not what Shiloh said. So if I'm willing to contact that person and say, is that something you want me to, or that we could put out to, or I can ask, I don't know.
Well, let's hear the recording. You guys didn't secretly record it?
No, we don't.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. Well,
secretly record.
You did, and then we could hear it, but now, obviously.
We'll get used to it, because that's my main move.
Secret recordings, that's right. So, Blaze photo for sale. Yeah, okay. How much for your ha book? Is it for sale?
It is. Email Mike.
Email me.
4 or 5 people. Some people were asking and this and that. Yeah.
I said we should just put it on eBay, but K-Pro said no.
No, so. I just whatever Mike wants to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Search is over. The chase was solved.
There is no more topics. So there you go. That's all I have. That is it. I'm not going to overstate. I'm not going to say, there's tons of little tiny details that happened that week since then. Oh, this is what I was going to say. So I believe it will be this week, maybe early next week, that the judge will actually give his full ruling. And I think at that time is when we may see the family make it. I believe if we're going to see something, we're either going to see it right now, or or in the next couple of weeks, or we're going to see it a year or two from now when a book deal is all done, type of thing. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. And since we just want to talk about conspiracy theories, I got one. I'll show you guys if I can find.
Is it about Forrest Fenn?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, well then that'll be interesting.
Oh, she sounds so surprised. Hang on.
Brandon said,
find what I did with them.
Brandon, didn't Stephanie and Mindy write a book about F being DB? Yes. And actually, Forrest sent me the book. That came out later. He sent me the e-version copy of it, which is pretty interesting. But I don't believe Forrest was DB for there's a few reasons. But I do believe someone else was affiliated with Forrest. And I don't believe Skippy was my number one, and he's not anymore. So, and I'm just not looking into it more.
All right, give me a minute. Now I can't find what I'm looking
for. I'll give you 2 minutes. No sling, all good. Packer Jack. I hate the damn sling. I was just cooking. I need to put it on. It's better. I haven't got to the doctor. Mike's mad at me. But that is what it is.
Somehow my flash drive, my drive is unhooked. All right, hang on a minute.
I love it. $5,000 CPU, and he has to crawl under somewhere to get whatever. Okay, Pro. What about the chest? Oh, yeah. That's. Thank you. Will the community be informed of the sale, especially piecemeal? I did not get this directly, but I got it from a good enough source that I think it is. I didn't hear from Jack or Tom, let's just say, but I got it close enough. From what I understand, there are several interested people, and they are still trying the final negotiations, but the marketing strategy is being put in place for the piecemeal. I was shocked at how long that process takes. One of our searchers actually does sell at Heritage, and it's not Packer Jack, but he probably would confirm this. It takes a lot longer, and then there's a whole process to it. That process is still underway. So I don't know. I don't know. But I believe it is still on the table right now. So it's all back. Cynthia reported this. It's all back. It's at Heritage, and it's being prepared for piecemeal sale unless somebody comes in. But there are more than one parties right now doing that. That's what I have been told. And I've been told some other details. Jack is not. You can't just call up Jack or email Jack and Jack's going to get involved at this point. He's gotten way too many emails. He's not too much shenanigans. It is being dealt with in a certain way. If you are interested, I mean, it's not just you call up. There's proof of funds, et cetera, before anybody's time is even wasted.
Okay, I got it finally figured out. So we got to throw the chase in the mail. No, not that throw the chase. We got one from Copper Dan, and this one is really cool. Dan, thank you. Because I can't remember if I showed it or not. It's signed by Forrest. And it says, we shall not cease from our exploration. And at the end of all our exploring, we will arrive where we started and know it for the first time. T.S. Eliot, Forrest Fenn, possibly the longest inscription Forrest Fenn's ever written. And there's the doodle. You guys know the doodle, right? That he does? Yes. So let me ask you something. Somebody once, I must have showed it because then somebody sent me this. And whoever it was, thank you, because I don't remember who it was. I get millions of emails a day. So here we go. Check it out. This is one of the doodles, right? Look, K-Pro. So this is like one of the doodles he does. Like people are like, this is the Madison River, and that's Cynthia or whoever. But look at the head. The point is, look at that head.
Oh, yeah, you told me this.
Yeah. See how Forrest draws these heads? I mean, that's not, why would he draw a head like that? That's not, like a doodle. That's not somebody's head until you see what Fenn Rock looks like. Was the doodles that Forrest Fenn drew in a lot of people's books, was it supposed to be a hint to Fenn Rock? Because it's got these three grooves, right? Of course, we know it's in the book. Here are the grooves. And a lot of the doodles that he wrote, is that supposed to be a little hint, a little clue, a little poke in the eye from Forrest to you about Fenn Rock? I think it's interesting. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. But just like, look at the head on this one. Oh, here, let me stop sharing. Why would he draw the doodle heads, if that's the right term, like that? I mean, he's got the little three squiggles, right? The little three lines. So was that a hint to Fenn Rock? I don't know. If we're talking conspiracy theories.
Hold on. Please hold. Let me.
You got one? All right.
Well, no, let me find one that was in the 80s. Like the
80s.
Flamboyant Judge. You remember all of these extravagant?
Oh, yeah. Oh, like,
let me find Forrest and let me find.
All right.
I'll sell this. I'm selling everything. Let's just be done.
There you go. Reach out, guys.
Well, no, I have a video I'm going to put out. No doodle.
Yeah, did Forrest, what's the first doodle that Forrest did? That's a good question.
For Thrill of the Chase or in general?
No, for the Thrill of the Chase, because that would be when he would give out hints. You know what I mean? See, it's an interesting theory, and of course that's what it is, and of course we'll never know.
The chat room. Actually, that's quite good. Wait, what book was that? That was a book from Copper Dan to us.
No, he means the one you just held up. They know what this
that's the Flamboyant Judge.
I know what this book is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's the Flamboyant Judge. I got a collection of a searcher that really researched. I mean, look at, you want to talk about doodles.
Glenna Goodacre.
Glenna Goodacre and their signatures, Forrest Fenn, Zoe. I mean, you name it.
There's some really cool things in that book.
Yeah, there's some really super awesome things. Yeah. So there you have it. So there it is.
Poke in the eye, Starry Night. A poke in your eye. So, yeah, there's also that kind of conspiracy theories in the Thrill of the Chase. And we don't have any answers. And that's probably why, one of the reasons. Yes, a Flamboyant Judge, right?
Yeah, I have
That's one of the reasons why it's a bad ending. We don't have the solutions, and we're not going to get it. And I'm just talking about all these other things.
Someone asked her, okay, here's the, oh, okay. Now you may be onto something. You want to see a doodle before? Let's see. What year was this? What year was Flamboyant Judge? This is terrible.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
I need to see what the copyright is because
who wrote it? Isn't it an Eric Sloan book or no?
No, it's a James Hamlin. Look up what year was James Hamlin because I got something to show you guys. 1972. Do you want to see Forrest Doodle in 1972?
Yeah, let's see it.
That doesn't look like that head.
See, it says Virginia, one of my favorite girls. Yeah, that doesn't look like that head. So again, was it a hint of Fenn Rock? I mean, to me, it looks like it was.
Okay, now you.
No. He's trying to tell us the whole time, guys.
He's trying, for God's sake.
I was too dumb to figure it out. Look at that. Everybody said, "Oh, that's Cynthia," except he drew that head. I think whether it was a boy or a girl doodle. Like, you know what I mean? He drew that for anybody that he drew a doodle for. And was it a hint to this? Could have been. Could have been. It's obviously crossing the Madison to get to the other side. So it was right there in front of us, guys. We all missed it. Such is life. Get over it. Incredible hunt. $60,000. Discount code Cowlazars. I don't know. Pick something else to fill up the hole that Jack created. Okay. Looks like it might be Lorraine.
Okay, you do realize 2 weeks ago I was in Santa Fe going to a trial. It's not over. I'm just not doing 170-page PowerPoints. I don't think.
Right.
Okay.
And a little personal note to Copperdan there. Okay. The ending was perfect. I don't know about that. The ending to this video, I'm not sure.
The ending meaning like you like horror shows or you like murder or mysteries? You like I don't know.
Show page 99. 99 is the map, right?
99 is Digging Gypsy's page with the yeah.
Yeah.
I call it Digging Gypsy's page. I don't know if that's the So okay.
Lincoln logs. Yeah, I guess. I mean, everybody says this, and you turn it upside down. You need to do that, and you do that. And I don't know. I don't see any of that stuff, guys. But that's just me. Some people see things. Some people don't see things. And who's to say who's wrong and who's right? I can say Jack was right because he found it. But yeah, that's true. And Forrest did say he hid the treasure first, then wrote the poem. That is a statement by him. And even Dale called him out, and he said that's the way I remember it. So.
Well, he also said he hadn't corresponded with Jack since 2018. We now know court documents say different.
I think Forrest is just a big fat liar, huh? Well, no, but I don't think in a bad way. I just think maybe he misremembered or.
No,
you know what I mean?
Mike, he's not fat. He's skinny. That's how he stole McCracken's treasure chest.
Yeah. And I'll just say this guy right here. This guy's birthday is on Thursday. So happy birthday, Eric. He's going to be how old? 9 years old. That's right. This picture is probably from a year ago. But yeah, he's going to be 9 on Thursday. So.
And the coolest part is he shares a birthday with his father.
Yeah, I got a birthday this Thursday as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think we're going to do anything, but just sit home and relax. That's the best way to do it. So. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. But yeah, I'm working, and we're going to do an Incredible Hunt Zoom as soon as this live stream's over. So if you guys want on the list for the Zoom list, email me, cowlazars@gmail.com. I think one of those might be found sooner rather than later. We'll see, Kate Bro.
Do we know where? Is there any scuttlebutt of where?
Yeah, there's a couple states. Maybe Copperdan should be involved in this hunt. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe.
Damn it.
Not confirmed though, but it maybe a big maybe. Is K-Pro's corner on Thor hopping? Is K-Pro's corner on Thor hopping? You have a K-Pro's corner on Thor?
I just renamed. So for those of you that don't know, Mike kind of knows. I've gotten off of social media right now.
That's right.
And I put a place, I renamed actually our grand adventure to K-Pro's Corner. So when I feel like pontificating like I used to do on Facebook, but there's been some issues. And so I'm not going to be on. And so it's there. I haven't posted anything new, but I've kind of geared it up and I've let everybody know on Thor. That'll be my place that I will just park stuff from time to time. And I'm not going to commit to answer questions. I'm not going to commit to do anything except for what I want. So I am going to put, and I told everybody it's going to be heavily moderated. So if I put something up and want to just talk and people want to talk totally about something different or want to hammer me, that disappears, and then I'll lock it, and then maybe I won't even talk on Thor. I don't know. It's like my new maybe outlet. I don't know yet though.
But you can never leave, Hoof-Hearted. You can never leave. Live audio from K-Pro last night.
I ain't listening to you no more.
She got off social media. She's done. She'll be back, but she can't.
No, and I said it's just going to be for the month of July. That I'm just going to kind of disconnect. I have a project that I'm working on that I want to focus my time on, and it's not where I've wanted to focus my time. So, it's always good to kind of disconnect and reconnect, and I won't disconnect here. We'll do our once a week shows, and we're not going to have a lot. I think though, if I were to guess, in the next few weeks, there'll be something. I would think, the family said they're going to do right by us. So I don't think a full book is going to be ready. Shiloh went into where he is in the process, and I don't think a book's coming out in the next week. But I do think there might be some discussions to be had. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you think there'll ever be another treasure hunt over 100,000?
Mm-hmm.
There will?
I do. I don't think Forrest or his family will do it, but yeah, no, sure.
A new one. Yeah.
Somebody will be, Charles H. Beale, he's going to do his one day, right?
Well, I met one that's actually going to happen while we're alive.
Oh, well, you just put while we're alive. There'll be an eccentric millionaire that is stupid enough to do what Forrest did and get all of them.
You just have to do it differently. There's ways to do it that I think are legal and don't oppose issues. You just have to figure out what those are. And somebody's smart enough to do that, I think. That sums it up. Kiwi Road. Whatever you do it in good thought. So there you go. We appreciate that, Kiwi. Oh. We were just delivered all the answers on a silver platter at the McCracken trial. Let us heal. That's, for some people, I think that's true. They do need to, take a break. And Rudy, thank you. You sent us something to the PayPal account. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Nice.
And our old friend Justin Posey, World Series of Poker. He's in the main event. He's 17th in chips on day one. Let's see how he does on day two. Me and K-Pro played a couple events. This is from last year, but I never made a day two. I didn't do good this year. So there's always.
We ran into lots of. Mike ran into searchers. I ran into searchers. Yeah. There were searchers everywhere. We went out to dinner with some searchers. Searchers were everywhere.
I ran into Justin. I said hi to him over there. What's that?
Did F give Cynthia an Eric Sloan painting? From what I understand, Cynthia purchased an Eric Sloan painting from the gallery. She's on the list because she's a gallery purchaser. So
he didn't give her one, and that's.
I don't think so.
I want to know what happened to the Indian statue that was by his fireplace. The Eric Sloan owed that. It's cracked. I wonder where that's at.
I don't know.
What's the family doing with that?
I know where Chaos and Embroidery is, and if you ever want to sell, just let me know.
Who has it? Or you can't say.
A guy that doesn't want his name out.
Oh,
but his wife doesn't really like it. Yeah, he bought it, and he's doing baby steps. First it was in the garage, and now it's inside. So I'm like,
Cliff Johnson, sassy with the obscure reference. All right. Some of you know who Cliff Johnson is. David Blaine knows who Cliff Johnson is. I agree, sassy. I agree. Although his are so hard, I don't know if I agree because those are pretty difficult. But anyway, there's nothing left to talk about in the chase, and now we have all the answers. I wouldn't agree with that. I still want confirmation on what the 9 clues were so that we can all say how bad they were. But, I still want confirmation on the 9 clues personally. I want to know what Forrest thought when he put this poem together. But, yeah, I know, Huli. Me too. Next year. There's always next year. Go Justin. That's right. Wouldn't it be awesome if Justin makes a final tape?
Yeah, he was on the leaderboard. He was 17th for a while. I think he's 26th or something now. But, yeah.
Yeah. Still enjoying the X Marks the Spot podcast.
Really?
If you want to hear everybody who was wrong, and I guess some people do actually, because we've done it. We were wrong about GPS. We were wrong about a lot of things we talked about. So it's the same thing. The idea is though, talk about it's out there, but yeah, some people want to hear what other people thought. So those 2 pals are scary. I'd be afraid.
I heard the next person is Michael O'Connell is going to be next week. And I will say he's probably one of the nicest people I have met in the chase. He is
we know Michael. Yeah.
Yeah,
I will listen to that one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And he was like friends with Douglas, and like not before this, he like wrote him all the time, telling him his solve. And Douglas referenced him in our interview.
That's a good one, Packer Jack. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm not buying the Chet. That thing's cursed. No, thank you. I would potentially buy a piece. I'm not buying the overall chest. And some people wanted to pool in, and they've been trying to drag me back into it. I'm not doing it. It's not the money part. I mean, the money is a significant factor, but no, I'm just ready to do.
Well, that's the other thing is, when is the chest going to go for sale? Because up for sale, piecemeal, public, private, whole. Again, we're going to cover that. I mean, we want to know who buys it if it is public, so that'll be interesting.
So from what I heard in Santa Fe is August, if it's going up for piecemeal. If it's not, then we may never know. But Jack has told us that he's going to at least let us know. So I don't know. No.
Can't buy a gold coin. Oh, I would like to. I mean, we have Copper Dan's gold coin. Nothing left but to get Forrest Fenn's gold coin. That's right. It's not Jack's. It's Forrest Fenn. It'll always be Forrest Fenn's gold coin as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, we'll see.
There is going to be some stuff, I think, coming up. That's my opinion, but it's going to be far and fewer between. That's all.
I wish you weren't a liar.
And that's why I don't have a PowerPoint, and that's why I'm not investigating, and that's why it's just not worth it. When it comes out, I mean, there'll be stuff that, sure, I could put out something now and be called a liar, and this is baloney and blah, blah, blah. And then 6 months from now when it comes out, everybody actually sees it. So let's just wait until you actually see it. I don't need to guess about anything anymore. So, or I don't have to put out under, like, I don't have a source or whatever. So let's just wait. So I think a lot of people were frustrated the last round when both Cynthia, myself, maybe some others put out stuff early before they can name sources. So this has been what was asked for. And I appreciate that. So we'll see. We'll see in the future. But I think some stuff's definitely coming.
Well, Treasure Warriors say, how does one sell the chest that belonged to a man who was connected to DB Cooper? Well, if it's I took it as a serious question. The answer, in my opinion, is it doesn't matter anymore. If Forrest Fenn was connected to DB Cooper, he's gone. How does one sell Sitting Bull's peace pipe that was once connected to a man who do DB Cooper? You know what I mean? How does one do anything? It's because it happened the way it happened. And if it was ever proven that somehow Forrest was connected to DB Cooper, it's got nothing to do with the treasure chest. It's got nothing to do with his collection. It's got nothing to do with anything.
And I don't think the bank could even. So the bank that put up the heist money, let's just say that's somehow in Forrest possession as a hypothetical. I don't believe, now that the probate case is settling, I don't think they could go back to the family and say, give us your grandfather or fathers or whoever else got money. It's over.
It'll go back up, J.K. Pioneer. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the answer to that, but even if he was an accomplice, even if Forrest Fenn was DB Cooper, let's go all the way across the bridge and say Forrest Fenn was DB Cooper. Well, at this point, it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, so it'll be a good, documentary on the History Channel or something, but he's gone, and it would be a good story to tell, I guess, but yeah. But even if he was, do you think Shiloh would know? Do you think that's something he would tell his family? I don't. You, Gabriel?
Why would Shiloh? Then why is Shiloh not either not answering or not teasing the hell?
I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know what the information is. I can't.
So the first time I asked the question in front of Cynthia, she thought I was crazy. This time she's like, "My God," because Well, so let her. She has a channel. Let her.
Yeah, Cynthia, if that's your real
Cynthia,
name.
if that's your real name, you put out. She thinks I'm crazy still, but she was like, "My God." So whatever.
Live audio.
These are ladies, and they shall be treated thusly with respect and dignity.
There you go.
That's exactly. Wait, Treasure Warriors. Why isn't Shiloh saying there is no connection? It's silly. That's what Creighton supposedly said to Dale. And I connected finally with Dale, and I'm like, did he say it's serious or not? And he's like, no. He put it off like it was silly sauce, crazy sauce, etc. Shiloh did not either time and gave more detail. And it's like, you know what you're going to welcome here and invite here if you, and I even warned him, and he didn't care. He kept going.
I would say this. What is this possible or probable? What do you guys think? Forrest bought something related to the DB Cooper case, and maybe it's something he's not supposed to have. I mean, he's got Sitting Bull's peace pipe. He's got the Indian stuff that people are like, oh, that should belong to the Indian nation. What if he bought something that on the black market was like, this is part of whatever? And maybe that's something to do with it.
The statement that was made, I want to get at least the other person that was there. I want her to be able to, Cynthia. If she's willing to say that's exactly what was said, it knocked me over. It was like, did you just say that? Did you just say that?
And is he laughing or?
No, it was a
really. Oh, everybody email Shiloh. And his email is no. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, everybody. Packer Jack had a nice sentiment. He said, "It's wonderful that the chase resulted in so many positive things like your marriage. Some, with all the money they would ever need, lost their spouse, and so much because of their pursuit of a chest." Well, I hope, but you know what? Things aren't irreversible. So I hope for whoever that is, or for all the people that maybe the thrill of the chase left a sour taste in their mouth, you know what? Get some mouthwash and you'll be okay. You know what I mean? Just you move on.
Do you remember Pastor
Wallace?
Pastor Wallace, Paris Wallace. I was corresponding with Forrest at the time, and I said, have you talked to the family? And he said, I talked to the wife. And I'm sorry, I forgot her name. And he said, he said he was an adventurer. If he didn't die from this, it could have been something else. I don't want you to put that heavy on your heart. He knew there were risks. So I don't want you to, and she didn't come out with any statement. There was nothing about any of that. It was just in general, a pretty, positive statement to Forrest, because that one hit him hard. Or I wasn't around for Randy, so I wasn't in the chase then. I was for Paris, and we had correspondence and we had discussions about that when I met up. So anyway, there you have it.
Oh, and then Cold Blue Water with the ulterior motive probably just likes the attention, especially if he's thinking about writing a book.
Oh, that could be.
It's possible, you know. Shiloh's a little bit of Forrest Fenn too. So,
but do you think he's trying to get attention over his grandpa being DB, or something about him and his? I don't know.
Yeah, right. I can't answer it. He should come out, and I guess he will, maybe when he's ready. But him or somebody should come out, and somebody ask Carl. Carl knows everything. I don't know.
I've asked Carl once. Carl knows nothing about a DB Cooper connection.
Oh, you did? You point blank just asked him?
I just point blank asked him, and he actually laughed, I think, at the time. I'm going off memory here. This was a while back when I just got the Ha 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 book, and now I do have to say, Shiloh did say he didn't know, he had never read the Ha 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 book. He didn't know about the Ha 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 book.
Forrest or Carl?
Forrest.
Forrest never read the book? Oh, okay. Well,
no. Shiloh said, because I asked him at the first meeting, do you know who DB Cooper is? And he laughed and he said, isn't that an interesting story? And I said, and he read the Ha 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 book. He goes, I don't know what that is. I have not read a Ha.
Shiloh. Okay. Shiloh. Well, do you really need to read the Ha 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 book when your grandfather was DB Cooper? Probably not.
I do not believe Forrest was DB Cooper. I just went on record here. You keep saying that, it becomes fact then. That's how Rubers. Yeah. And Forrest said he was not DB Cooper. Exactly, Lucky. I do not believe he was, but he never said he wasn't associated. Never said it.
Shiloh didn't sell any Ha 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 book on Amazon, did he? I'm not sure where that's
There is one review of a Ha Ha Ha, and the seller was Books by Shiloh or something.
Well, anybody can make that up, right? Just like the Shiloh old that's in our chat is probably
15 years ago. They made that up. Just like Jack had made up emails from 2018 and not be the real finder. I mean, yeah, it's possible that you doctor stuff and backdate it by decades.
I don't know. Here's one.
He says rectum damn near killed him.
That's probably in the forward to Shiloh's new book. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up because I'm ready to eat dinner. How about you, Capra?
Yep.
So we didn't go live yesterday because it was 4th of July. It was a holiday. And yeah, guys, when we feel like going live, we will. If we just want to chat with everybody about the thrill of the chase or the incredible hunt, $60,000 out there waiting to be found. I'm going to do the incredible hunt Zoom as soon as I eat dinner here in about an hour. It's an open Zoom. Anybody can come in and ask questions or, ask what's this treasure hunt all about, etc. And for the people that have bought in, they're having a lot of fun, solving a lot of things. So, yeah, there it is. Life goes on. The thrill of the chase goes on. It's
We were really intensely into this, and all we're saying is we'll still do 1 hour a week, but I'm not. The 1 hour a week was not the important part for me due to time suck. It was PowerPoints and FOIAs and records requests and going places and traveling and getting my friends to go to temple and me going wherever and then coming back in and that's the only place I'm not. That's the only thing I'm not doing. We're still going to come and talk about whatever comes out. And I think we'll have a ruling, I think, in the next week to 2 weeks. So we're going to have an interesting show in the next week to 2 weeks. So don't get dismayed. There's still some stuff. It's just not what it used to be.
Look back here, Packer Jack. This is part of it. But we got the Coca-Cola popcorn maker right here. Kind of cool. All these we have a lot of stuff. Me and David just brought in tables today and start getting organized. So it's a lot. Were you working on another treasure hunt, Beefaghetti? Maybe that's my guess. All right. Okay. Then, hey, Nemo. Then that's it. I'm going to open up the Zoom in about an hour. And everybody stay good, stay well. And we'll see you, on Thursday.
Hold on. I need to look at it. Hold on.
Look up what?
Forrest was in Portland on Thanksgiving 1971, so he could be DB Cooper.
Yeah,
I have been told there is opposite evidence, and I don't think either will probably have, but there's physical evidence that he was in Santa Fe. Don't know if
that was his double. I heard he had many doubles, much like Saddam Hussein. Is that true, Caper?
What?
I don't know. Kiwi Road with the $2 super chat. Apologies are a dish best served warm. Is that Khan from Star Trek or Star Wars? Khan, K-Pro, Star Trek or Star Wars?
Okay, hold on. Star Trek.
Hey, she got it right. I got to give it to her. She got it right. Okay. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. I don't know if we'll go live Thursday. We probably will.
We're going live Monday. And
birthday. Maybe it'll be the birthday show. Go ahead.
So if we get if we have any breaking news this week, or there's something really interesting now, the court hearing when they do the final determinations, whatever that looks like, make sure to hit subscribe and notification, because we will go on live, maybe off time.
When there's breaking news, we're going to go live. That will hold true for the Thrill of the Chase and any other treasure hunt as well. So yeah, for sure. Oh. And there it is right there, guys. Oh, sorry. Boop. Incredible hunt. Okay. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the super chats. DB Cooper, huh? Never going to let it